Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me, your new girl. I'm super excited to have you back on my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're my subscriber, I really do appreciate you always coming back to watch. So in today's video, it's gonna be like a personal talk for me, one-on-one. So I just wanted to share, something about life abroad that maybe no one ever tells you, or probably people tell you but you do not believe. And I have tagged this video the truth that no one ever tells you about life abroad because honestly, it's the truth. Now, since leaving Nigeria and coming abroad, yes, this is really personal for me. It's just, sharing my own experience with you. Since living in Nigeria and coming abroad, I came to realize that most people who go abroad, like most expatriates, they are really living a very, very lonely life. You may not know, but it is true. Now, I will explain it in detail, but let me tell you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Now, as an expatriate, you leave your country, you go to a foreign country. Now, in this foreign country, you have come here to better your life. Once you get to that place, your mind on the prize, you're looking for a job because you know that once you get a job, things will be better. For those who left with all their savings, they want to quickly walk and regain. You know that feeling of using up your savings as a grown up adult to go to somewhere new? You have that urge to quickly start working so that you can have savings for yourself and for your life. You just feel so empty when you feel like you don't have savings. So, with this whole attitude and with this whole thing in mind, you go in with full force to look for a job. Now you get a job and then you start to work. Once you start to work, eyes on the prize, you keep working. You don't even realize how quick time flies. Hey, now, when you start working abroad, you do not realize how fast time is moving until one day you sit back and you ask yourself, when did I even come to this country? And then you realize how many years you already spent in that country. Take, for example, when you start working, I live in the UAE and I know this life so well, but I'm a bit excluded because I have a family. But even having a family doesn't exclude you from this loneliness totally. And I will touch on this again. Now, let's go on to explain this. Now, for those who are single, they come into this country, they start to work. Let me tell you what work life is like in the UAE. And I don't know if that is how it is in other countries, but I know for sure it would differ slightly. But in all, abroad is abroad. It's all about work and making money. Now, you get a job. I will take myself. A typical example. I get a job which is 8 hours duty. And 8 hours duty is what we do in the UAE. 8 hours duty and 1 hour break, which is total of 9 hours. Now, you're not calculating the commuting time because you have to go to work and you have to come back. In some people's case, is you need almost an hour to get to work. Why? Because we have these staff bosses. We don't go with personal cars. We have these staff bosses who will usually pick us up and then pick other ones. It is paid, it's not like from the company, it's by choice. You could either go by your personal car, or if you don't want the stress, you pay a private company who will come pick you up, drop you at work every blessed day at your own time. So they will pick you up and they will drop you. And not only you will they pick, because there are other people who also contracted with them to pick them up and drop them off every day with a monthly amount that you pay. Just for those who do not know, I actually have a Facebook page where I go to often to be myself, and I also have a ladies' night every Wednesday where we sit and answer questions and talk about relationships. So Be my friend. Come on, join my page, join my family. I'll be so glad to have you there. Okay? Now, let's get down to the lonely life that I'm talking about. You get a job, they pick you up early and they drop you off also. They pick you an hour before your duty so that they can pick other people. They drop you off an hour after your duty because they have dropped other people and they'll also drop you. Now, add that to the 9 hours that you have to do 8 hours duty, 1 hour break, plus 2 hours commuting time. That's 11 hours of the day that you have to go to work. 11 hours. Now, as a single person, you will do this 11 hours. By the time you're done, let's say your duty is 1 to 10, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. You leave home 12 o'clock because you have to get to work at 1. And then you get back home 11 because you closed at 10. Now that's 11 hours. When you come back, you're so drained. You eat, you shower, you go to bed. By the time you're waking up the next day, it's 1 to 2 hours close to your next day's shift. You rush around, you eat, you take breakfast, you take shower, you get ready, and off to work you go. Now, this is the routine of a single person. This is the routine. And being single, I've been single in this country before. And what some single people do is try to share accommodation. Like you and some friends, you move into an apartment, you pay for it and you share it to make it easy. Believe me, this is how it's done everywhere abroad if you're single. Except say you're married, now you need your space. Now, for these single people, you would see six different people living in the same flat, never seeing each other because I've done it before. I'm not telling it's not a story. I did it before I got married. Now I live with my friends. My duty is 3 to 12 p.m. I leave home 2 p.m., right? Someone else's duty is 9 a.m. They leave 9 a.m., they leave 8 a.m., they resume 9. They close 6 p.m., they come back home 7. When she woke up to take a shower, I was asleep. And when she got back from work, I was at work. So that you will live with somebody in the same house, virtually the same house, in the same room. But you guys wouldn't have talked for more than a week. This is life abroad, my dear. I have lived with friends that we see only on our off days because let's say they left while you were sleeping, they come back to meet you because it's your off day and you are home and you have seen and talked only once a week. Once a week. How lonely can such a life be? Only work. It's all work, 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 work. Now, let me bring it to another level. As a family, I am grateful. Yes, I'm grateful because I have a family. I have a husband and I have a child. But before this time, I was once in that group, so I understand that category perfectly. Now, being married comes with its own. Now, life abroad, you and I know that sometimes it's really hard for one partner to catch up. So, what we do is try to help our partners. So, we're both working. There was a time before I got pregnant and before I delivered my baby that we didn't worry about our shifts. So I will go to work, and my husband will go to work at any time. There was a time that I didn't see my husband for like 3 good days. Not didn't see him, I see him, but he's asleep and I take my shower and I come to bed and he's still asleep and I didn't want to disturb him because I know how tired he is and that he will be leaving in the next say 4 hours and I didn't want to disturb him. Now I will go to bed. Now this same husband of mine will wake up and see me sleeping, but knowing that he won't want to disturb me because I have like 4 hours to or 5 hours to go to work, he will let me be and he will take his shower and go to work so that when I wake up, I don't see my husband. When he comes home, I'm not there. He takes his shower, he sleeps. Now, this is a very, very, very lonely lifestyle if you do not understand this. You walk around the clock, you have a family, but you don't even have time, even time for mequatarism. If you understand what I mean by mequatarism, sometimes, even time for, husband and wife jolliment, husband and wife, reggae, blues. Sometimes you don't have that time because you come home, husband is knocked out, sleeping because of the hard day's job. Now, fast forward to when I got my baby, we decided to switch shifts. He started doing night and I started doing day. Okay. This is the only time in my life that I feel like, okay, now I see my husband. I come back home to meet him because he already slept like in the afternoon. And then he's still going to take like a few hours of sleep before he goes to work because coming, he's about to leave, right? Yeah, instead of feeling like, okay, now I have a family. Now, let's fast forward. Let's leave the job side and let's think about now friends. How do you even keep friends here? It's very hard. You don't even have time for friends. You're only fortunate if you ever get an off day that fits in with your friend. I don't know even in other countries how it's done, but for us here in the UAE, you know that if you are not working in anything government or public, you work both Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays, except you're in schools and those public areas. But if you're in a private firm or in the malls, remember that UAE is all about hospitality. And our business booms in the weekend when people are off work and we are on work waiting to receive those people so that we get our offs when those people are back to work. If you're lucky, you'll be able to get like a weekend, but it's very unlikely because weekend is booming. So most people in the UAE get their off days Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays if you're fortunate. So life is so boring. Like I have a friend and we'll plan to meet each other. We will try to schedule, but her off will never fall in. I know my off. My off is Thursday. Her off is fixed for Wednesday. How do we see? Except at night, you come home, you're so knocked out, you're so tired. You don't even have time to go out. So that even when I have clothes that I have bought for 2 years and I have not worn them like go out. I will only wear them to do make videos or those ones that are not suitable for making videos that are suitable for going out. I just leave them hanging there. Like it's so boring. I just sometimes, just try because I'm a woman with a family. Then we try to go out. Then lucky enough, if you find a friend whose off falls in on your off day, or who can get an off day on your off day, then you will be able to like bond or go out, or else your life is just so boring. You ever wondered why most people who live abroad, like expatriates, why they all go into vlogs and what I'm doing right now, content creation, is boredom, it's loneliness. Because even on your off day, like you sleep, you're tired, it goes so fast. But sometimes you just want to do something. For me, I started during Corona when I was so lonely at home and when it was a sit at home. That was when I started my channel because I was so bored. I wanted to be productive. Then I started my YouTube channel. But think about it. Do you live abroad? Do you experience what I'm talking about? Do you feel this is true? Do you think it's a lie? Tell me how it is where you are. It is so bad that even people do not have time to hook up. Those people who are single remain single. Now, this is what I will talk about next week. Like, people who are single keep remaining single because they do not even have time to mingle. They do not have time to go out, to meet people. And even when they meet people, they do not have time to know these people, to hang out, to have fun. That is why you will see that most people who came abroad single will remain single for so long trying to meet people. Now, in my next video, I'll be telling you what I propose to those who are single and are intending to come abroad. So, till we see again next week on this channel, do have a lovely day. Do have a happy day. Stay happy, stay blessed, and bye bye.